Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Hi, Fallen Angel. Welcome. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Boy, everybody's getting here early. Christine,
Hi,
hey
Christine.
there. Good to see you. Boy, you're just getting in on time. It looks like we're going to have a
We're ready to
full
close the
house.
list.
I know. Pretty soon.
I think we have 16 people on the list already.
Oh, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Mr. Oh, you're so good. 16. You are right. You are certainly added. You are certainly added. So we're going to get right going with the show. I'd say if we get 4 more, Violet, you just got to shut the list, I think. I'm going to cut it at 20 today.
Oh, of course, Christine.
You're definitely made it, Christine. Good luck. Good luck to you today. All right. Hey, we're ready to do a card for the collective. I'm going to use my Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. Again, I've been using that for this season. And it's by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. Illustrated by Giada Rose. Well, Violet got as close as she wanted to get to tornadoes last night. Goodness. Whew. Sounds scary, Violet. But glad you're not on tornado duty tonight.
Well,
What
it
do you
is Beltane season, so we get fertilizing. Number 10.
Whoa. Okay.
And it says, food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one.
Oh my.
Be careful of what you be mindful of what you feed your soul.
Oh, I like it. We should always be mindful of that. So fertilizing is about mastery. It says when fertilizing appears in your reading, it shows that you are mastering your craft through diligence and consistency. You are a hard worker and have invested in your goal with single-minded focus. However, it's time to expand your efforts. As a plant grows, so does its hunger for fertilizer. So more effort is needed as your success grows and your goals expand. Now may be a good time to further invest in your development. Take a class, find a mentor, or engage in research that will help you to advance your skills. This card is one of mastery, and you are well on your way to becoming an expert in your field. If you pulled this card with the Green Man, well, we did not, it would be particularly encouraging. Well, I will say this, this reminds me a little bit of the Ten of Wands. A lot of people get off-putted when they see that Ten of Wands because it means you're burdened with a lot more work. But usually that happens as you are progressing towards, mastery or the end of your goals. And so I think like this card says, sometimes you have to put in, most of the time, you have to put in extra effort in order to achieve and accomplish what you really want in life. Right, Mr. O?
Indeed.
We're always trying to one-up our skills, one-up what we do one way or another. And that's a suggestion for all of you as well, and whatever it is you are working on. All right?
Okay, so, excuse me, a cell is up.
A cell is up. You're going to go first with your cards?
I'm going to use my Neon Tarot.
I see prayer has come in. I don't know if anybody else came before prayer. I don't think so. Okay. We'll get prayer on the list. We're getting close to the end of who we can read for today. So it will be a while, prayer, but we will get to you.
Okay, so a cell's question is kind of interesting. I don't know if I should do this as a yes or no or what.
Oh. I think we should do it as a yes-no. What do you think? Let's try a yes-no.
And you have the Lenormand, right?
Yeah. They're here.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask that as the yes or no.
So, is Timur's fake account an account of Alibek's? Let's see. Are you counting? Oh, okay. Counting up there. All right. While Mr. O is counting, I'm just saying I'm having a lot of fun creating a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a booklet or a book that I'm designing on Canva. So it's a little goofy, but very creative. And it's something that both of us have worked on before, and hopefully Mr. O will add more to it. Pressure's on Mr. O. Scary stuff, Violet. Scary stuff.
Well, there are two aces, so it is leaning towards yes as an answer to the question.
Oh.
But I am going to note that there is the Fool reversed, and of course, that adds a bit of dubiousness that could go either way in this idea.
Wow. Yeah.
Because the Fool reverse could be talking about somebody who is literally trying to fool you, maybe symbolically, at least I'm getting that idea there, or that it's somebody who is maybe just doing something kind of foolish themselves. Trickery, the trickster, so it kind of lends to the idea that somebody is pretending to be someone else. Did you want to weigh in on those?
Well, it's interesting because you're asking if it was Alibek specifically, if this fake account. It's leaning towards yes, but I wonder, maybe we'll have to look at this again sometime, Estelle, but it's leaning towards yes. My feeling is that it could just indicate that somebody is fooling you. And I think it's an irony we have the Fool reversed here in a reading about you're wondering if somebody has a fake account, and with the Fool reversed, I'd say, yeah, this could be somebody who's trying to hide their identity for some reason. Perhaps, I guess when I'm looking at this, though, I'm wondering, it could be Alibek or it could be somebody else who's trying to shield themselves from you because they want to shield themselves emotionally from you right now. I don't know if that makes sense. They want to shield maybe their true heart from you, their true nature,
There is definitely something going on here with a sense of trickery and maybe people somebody not wanting to reveal their true emotions. That's what I'm getting between the heart and the tower and then the rest of the cards. So I think it is the kind of thing that maybe we should explore a little bit more. But it looks like the answer is more likely yes, that this is Alibek in disguise, or maybe somebody who is associated with them, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Hi, Angel Mary, and I noticed Divine Abundance has dropped in too.
Right, I saw that. I got Divine Abundance on the list. We've got Divine in. 2 more people, and I think we have to close the list. We filled up very quick tonight, which is good. Everybody came early. All right, so I'm not going to rule it out. I like what Mr. O said too to Estelle. Maybe it's somebody that Alibek knows. Maybe it's not Alibek, but it's somebody they know that is hiding their identity for whatever reason. If you suspect, that Alibek is spying on you. But I really think they want to keep themselves hidden for now. I feel that tower, tower can be like, and considering what you asked, tower can be like setting up a wall or barrier so that you can't see through it, somebody isolating themselves
protective
in some way. So it's a very interesting thing. You've got your card sideways. I was going to say to you, do you want to look at the bottom card? But
the Devil.
wow.
Well, you asked.
did. I did. Somebody who's maybe trying to be manipulative in some way. Maybe they're trying to just, I can't help but think there's some trickery going on seeing that card. So my advice to you right now is play this very cautiously, Whatever the intentions are, I don't think they're for necessarily good intent. Like, for example, I'm not saying they want to do you harm per se, but I don't think they're doing this for really good reasons. So I would be watchful.
So if you felt this, then it was an instinct perhaps, and or maybe it was based on what the communication sounded like, but I think you probably got it. So be cautious, be careful.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I think that if you feel it might be Alabek, you might be right, because we did get the probably yes, but there's a little bit of room for doubt there. And I really feel, with that Fool reversed, I don't want you to be fooled into jumping to those conclusions either.
Estelle apparently blocked them.
Oh, okay. Good. I think that was wise, Estelle. I think that was very wise. Okay. Well, you made the right move there. Good for you.
Okay. And so Angel is up, and Angel wants to know what Mr. Kadri thinks of them, a business associate.
Okay, so it's business? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me get this one, I think, today. First. I didn't even switch up my decks today because I was so busy writing and creating and just having fun. I don't know. It's fun, but it's work, too, I will say.
Aw, thank you, Estelle.
Thank you, Estelle. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is upright. We also have the Ten of Pentacles upright. That's a very good card for business relationship. And the Moon upright. They're all upright. So let's see what we have. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So we have the Dog, and we have the Rider. These are nice.
Geez. I think you will work together very well. If you are working together, if you're trying to get a job, this looks very positive. I think you would work together with this person very well. The Dog is here. It seems like it's moving towards a sense of trust and a feeling of, that of friendship or partnership, in a business sense.
They think you will be a loyal person to work with.
Yeah, I just had to run right to that because that's where I see this is moving towards. The Page of Cups indicates that things will, if you don't feel, you made a good impression. I don't know why, because I think you have, I think that there's going to be a positive working relationship here because it seems like both of you want the best for, the business, okay, for the greater good here. And I think that maybe, it may remain maybe this person, if you're questioning this, I'm wondering if you really don't know, if they're kind of hard to read, at this point in time. And that might be why the Moon is here upright. It might just be saying that it may take a little bit of time before they reveal how they really feel about things.
Well, the Moon can be a sign that links itself to emotional qualities, but overall in this context, besides what I said about, moving towards a position of loyalty, or that this Mr. Kadri feels that you will move towards a position of loyalty and trust with them, I think the Moon is saying that this will be a relationship of mostly business only. The Ten of Pentacles and that, I mean, I think there'll be friendship and camaraderie, but I think most things will be pitched in the sense of business, that there won't be a lot of shared activities outside of business. So, for example, you and Mr. Kadri won't go out to the movies or go to a party with your friends or other people. You might eventually, but I just sort of feel like the basis is business. I feel that
business and money, you know.
Right. It may be just that it'll be too good of a business relationship to really have time to expand on the other interests because you're making money.
Well, I didn't think that was part of the equation here because it was a business friendship or business partnership.
True.
And I feel that it's very, very positive. It could be growthful
positive
for you. So if there are any rough waters now, I think they're going to go away, Angel Mary. I think this might be positive for you. So everything looks go.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
So good luck with that. Mr. M is up. Which is the card C for the month of May in general. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
And I'm going to use my Star Spinner Tarot for that. And you're welcome, Angel Mary. It was kind of a good reading there. I think you have good reading.
Vibes from that reading, definitely. Let's hope we can keep it going this show. All right. Interesting. So we're going to get repeats already.
Okay, Mr. Maurice, your first card is the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins, and it's upright. Ouchie.
Ouchie.
And then we have Major Arcana 10, the Wheel of Fate. It's not called the Wheel of Fortune, it's called the Wheel of Fate. So
and it's upright or
it's
reversed?
Upright.
Oh, good.
It's upright. And then your final card is the Fool, which is upright.
Holy moly,
I'd say
Mr. M.
that these are more or less favorable for the month of May. This one does talk about finances, and I would suppose this is saying that maybe there's some stabilizing of finances, so maybe there's not great gains, but there's sort of like a sense of shoring up things. So maybe if it's about budgeting, maybe you decide what you can budget in or not. And maybe that's tied into the idea of 10, the Wheel of Fate. And fate, as opposed to fortune, maybe suggests that things are what they are meant to be, as opposed to maybe random, unexpected good luck. This may be saying that the luck or the good fortune you face is meant to be on some level. Maybe it's because, of course, you're learning how to better balance some of the other areas of your life. You know, your question's about finances, but a lot of times I see the Two of Pentacles as saying, well, I have a financial...
No, it wasn't about finances.
I'm sorry.
It's in general for the month of May.
Okay, well, okay. But I was going to say that in general, that is the Two of Pentacles, is talking about balancing a number of situations in your life. So I feel that maybe what the Wheel of Fate says is that something good is coming to you, and it's meant to come to you. It may be a new adventure, the Fool there. It may be a choice to surrender to some sort of wisdom or fate that you really feel is opportune in this time period.
You know, Mr. M, I don't know what we've been saying for you lately. Some things have been kind of rocky, but it looks like fate is turning a corner for you here. I almost feel like this is saying, because you've got the Fool upright too, right? The Fools were ready. Oh, I forgot to put these out, didn't I?
Yeah,
They're
but you're
just sitting here.
quick to correct me.
They're just sitting here.
quick to correct me.
The Child and the Tower. So there is some business components to this, as Mr. O had alluded to. I agree with that. He alluded to more financial than business initially. And I would say here that, if things seem to be balancing out for you, if you're feeling like in May that things are rolling more smoothly, that you've got everything under control, it may be a good time for you to take some risk or make some move or do something that you've always wanted to do or try. This might be a time to take a chance on something because fortune is on your side right now, So I would say that, you've got the Tower and the Child here, which to me indicates that maybe don't take a major risk, but do something towards a goal or something that you've always wanted to do.
Well, that kind of coincides with what I thought about the Fool in a way.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I threw that. Yeah. But I'm thinking it's because everything seems to be stable. If things don't seem stable, I'd be a little bit cautious and careful. So in other words, just see where you're at. See where you're at with your financials. See where you're at in other areas of your life. Perhaps this is a time to make new friends and socialize more, get out of that tower or the walls you surround yourself with and, make a move towards more social endeavors, perhaps.
Yes, I feel that there is just some sort of opportunity coming to you, and it may involve good luck, but it's really kind of like an adventure, and maybe it is really mostly about you feeling comfortable enough to take this chance. And I don't know, maybe it could be something about, your work career situation because of the Tower there, but not necessarily.
Are you thinking of traveling, for example, too, No. Because I think the Fool, being a card of adventure, could be about that. It could be about starting some new venture. It could be about expanding a business, maybe going into different areas. Whatever the case may be, don't be afraid to take little risks in May. It looks as though the universe would have your back. Don't fret about it. Don't worry about it. But just make sure you maintain a little bit of perspective here, I think.
Well, with the idea of improvement and maybe taking risks, that Two of Pentacles or coins just really seems to say that maybe things will feel like you can do that. All right. So that's what we have for you, Mr. Maurice.
Hi, Lucia. We have a very long list here,
we do.
But we can get you on it. You might be the last.
You're nearly at the end of the list, though. So hopefully you can wait.
Well, maybe one more name, and that would be it. One more name, and that would be it.
Right.
All right.
So it's Sonali, and I believe Sonali wanted a divine message of some sort. Let's see if it's still up there.
Well, I'm hoping your finances do improve, Mr. M. Something good. I'm not going to recommend gambling, but, if you go to casinos, there might be some luck for you, some minor luck, so don't bet your shirt on anything. Don't bet the clothes off your back on my interpretations.
Sonali, yeah, those are good cards, Mr. Reese.
Yeah, two pretty good readings here so far. I like it.
Okay, so really. Sonali is up and wanted a divine message for self-improvement.
Divine message for self-improvement. Okay. And it's my Jack. Let's see. So I didn't say, but you notice we got the Tower again. So
yeah.
Already getting the repeats.
That's so weird.
I ran out, speaking of gambling, before the show I ran out to get my lottery tickets, and I was almost dive bombed by a duck who was trying to make it to the water across the road and just swooped right over my car. I couldn't duck from the duck. Duck had to duck from me. Okay, divine message for self-improvement. Oh, it's the Two of Swords reversed. It's the Six of Cups reversed. Oh my. And it's the Sun upright.
It's a little frisky there. In Lenormand, just to make things interesting, the snake
Oh my.
and the bear. And this combination has come up a few times. The bear and the snake.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to touch on that yet. Do you want to go first or do you want me?
No, I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, the two... Okay, so this is for self-improvement. The Two of Swords is about making a move or decision of some sort. It's almost as if the divine message is, this is a time to make moves towards self-improvement. This is a time for you to make decisions that would be in your best interests. Some of that may have to do with letting go of something from your past, that may be holding you back today. Is there some negative memories? Is there something you've gone through that haunts you a little bit to this day? I can think of a lot of things in general just to throw some ideas out there. For example, maybe some people have parents who make their child feel like you'll never do well in life, blah, blah, if you don't follow this or do that, or you're never going to amount to anything. A lot of negative speak. Or perhaps, you've undergone some bullying, whether it was in previous relationships or friendships or at school. Things from your past that just may have this kind of a sense of, I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to be what I was meant to be. You need to shine a light on this. You need to illuminate your life with positive messages now. I think if you want to self-improve, the divine message is to imbue your life with positive affirmations, positive messages, doing the things that build up positivity in your life. So in other words, if there's things you like to do and you do them well, do them. Because the better you feel about yourself, the more you will improve. And I feel here too, I sense this about you, Sinelli, when I see these two Lenormand together. It's the bear, and which also means self-empowerment, and the snake, which to me again is saying, you are deceiving yourself if you don't believe that you are enough. Right now, maybe this idea of self-improvement is wrong. You don't need to self-improve so much as you need to believe that you are enough. So if you can eliminate the negative speak, you will get much further.
I like what you said about the snake, the idea that maybe there is no need for self-improvement, that maybe you're just deceiving yourself. But I'm looking at that Six of Cups reversed and the Sun, and I'm wondering if this is saying that there is some emotionally draining or negative attitude that does impact on your physical health, or maybe interferes with you focusing on your physical health. And so that could just be saying that you get distracted or deterred away from a better diet or from other practices that maybe would be helpful for you, whether it's taking vitamins or getting a little exercise here or there or things like that. So I'm thinking that the divine message is pay attention to your own body and to your emotional health, because I think that would improve all things if you can kind of get mastery of your emotional health, how you feel about that, not deceive yourself about what you should be doing in terms of health practices. And I think that's your best self-improvement, is taking care of your health and your body.
That's what we have for you. I'm not going to add anything to what I said. I think I've said what I needed to on that. Mr. O's got some good points there as well for you, Sonali. Good luck with that.
All right.
And Sunny is monopolizing my whole area now. Smiridi's up. Hi. We'll see what you need.
Wants to know about Alak Das' current feelings for them. All right, I'm going to use my Nefertari tarot.
Current feelings, okay? And I'll grab those and I'll take these. I'm drinking for the first time in a while cola again. It's a rare treat. I drink some pop these days. But we have the Move Coca-Cola. Is that what it's called? Move. I'm not exactly sure what I think it tastes like. I really don't know.
There's sort of a candy-ish, fruity, not fruit, maybe tropical-ish flavor. I'm not sure.
You know, we say that a lot about the drinks, though, and I don't want to keep... I don't know what their intent was with this one, but it's okay. I think I like the previous one better.
Okay, so you sort of amended your question, so we're going to kind of cover both of those in a way. Okay, so there is the Ace of Wands, which is upright. There's the reverse Ten of Pentacles. And there is the Seven of Wands upright. So right away, I feel that there is work involved in this idea that you have to really kind of, stand up for what you want there. But I don't know that... See, I'm going with the latter question as opposed to their current feelings for you, because you've asked the question again sort of differently. And I do feel that there's work here to do, and that some of this, that's the Ace of Wands.
Yeah, you said so. Is
Okay,
it?
It is. So there's the idea that something could start here, that maybe there is some sort of idea about something that's building and growthful. But it seems like maybe there could be financial problems or financial considerations that get in the way. And or maybe there are feelings about security, that somebody needs to feel comfortable or protected, or that they have security in this relationship or in this situation. But it seems like this is something that would need more work. And I don't know if this is the work on your part. I think it's more the work on your part.
Well, since this was about their current feelings, and if there is a future, I can kind of see both of those there in a way. I'm going to put this out now. I tried, Mr. O, but you got started. The garden and the birds. And I have to say I'm uncertain. I feel like maybe Das, is that the name again?
Alak Das.
Okay, Alak Das. Maybe feels that there's some promise here for a relationship. But when I'm looking at that Ten of Coins for some reason reversed, I'm wondering if it's family. I wonder if there's somebody, that does not approve of a future between the two of you, and if family could play a role in this, or if, like Mr. O said, there could be some issues about money or finance or long term. Sometimes a Ten of Wands or Pentacles is about long term investments. So perhaps Alak Das is thinking about, this could develop into something, but does it have the potential to really be something that I will find of value long term? Okay, they might be trying to think about that right now, and that's the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands indicates to me that I feel that they may feel that this will require some, that they're going to have to, this is going to require some effort. And also, well, I don't know. I'm almost wondering here, I just have a feeling about this card that this is not about Alakdas's feelings, that this is about the relationship in general. And I think you touched on that, and I like that this might require some effort or work. It might be an uphill battle. And maybe Alakdas feels that way in a way for whatever reasons, whether there's interference from family or others, or he's just worried about the long-term benefits, of a union with you. Again, this makes me wonder too if others aren't involved in some way, because we have the birds here, which can be about gossip or people talking, and then the garden, which is about, like social events or gatherings of people. So I can't help, but maybe it's even on social media. I'm just not sure, but I feel here that there's something to do with chatter, people talking as well.
I get that too, Banshee. I feel that coincides maybe with what I said there. But if the idea about, feeling insecure or wanting security maybe is inspiring you to be this person, to want to be more protective of them or to help them. And so I sort of feel like this is not that it's problematic, but that it just sort of puts other people into the situation, the family or whatever, and so therefore there's a little bit of resistance against this that left to your own devices, you guys could probably figure it out for yourselves if you're going to make it or not, but there may be other people involved who are trying to influence or putting their presence there in a way that maybe is not, appropriate.
The other thing I would say in response to, is there a future? If you're both willing to work for it, if you're both willing to fight for it, you yourself, may have to stand up for yourself and, state where you stand, in order to see if Alak is going to respond accordingly.
Because it really looks like the potential is there with that ace there for this beginning. We shouldn't, downgrade that there is a potential here for something good to start. But I think it's what Banshee and I are saying is, don't pay attention to the gossip or the chatter, the influences against you, and work on it. And of course, you have to make sure that, you really do want the same things. I mean, it looks this way, but maybe there's more exploration needed from you too. Hi, Libra.
So that's what we have for you. Hey, Libra, we're just going to squeeze you in, and you are it.
You're our last one, Libra.
You are the last one we're taking tonight.
So
the list is closed already.
If you leave, you can come back knowing you're the last one.
Well, Violet's last, but you will be right
what
before. We mean. So that's it, Violet. You may close the list. I think that's all we're going to be able to handle today. Okay.
If a number of people don't show up, we may be able to feel comfortable about it, but I don't think we're going to change the idea of the list being open yet.
Yeah, people leave. It might be we could fit somebody in at the end, depending on how we do.
If they show up.
All right.
All right.
Yes, Angel Rivera, I have closed the list. Honest.
You know what? We're putting it in Violet's hands. Violet,
don't talk me out of it. Don't let me talk you out of it.
It's on you, Violet.
All right, so we are on Ariana, and there's the question, pick for me. Am I more likely to end up marrying a rich, hot, older in
late 20s,
Cali or Florida, or neither? Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute. Now wait a second. Rich, hot, in California, Florida, or neither? Or is Kevin my future spouse? That sounds like about 5 different things here.
Wait a minute. You said California? Where's California? Oh, there it is. Cali or Florida.
Marrying a rich, hot,
Let me try to
guy.
understand this. Okay, so the question is whether or not this guy is in California or Florida, if that's where you end up at. Or is it Kevin?
I guess we could do that. Yeah, I guess we could do it that way. All right, Ariana, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do, the first one's going to be, so we'll have to narrow that down some other time if it turns out to be California or Florida. But one column's going to be, will it be a rich guy from California or Florida? Or will it be Kevin? All right.
It's your deck, right?
It is.
This is fun.
Well, even though California and Florida is not prairie or whatever you call it, the pastoral tarot per se, we're going to use it. Well, California has a lot of ranches and farmland, vineyards. It's a hurt to shuffle, and he's given me room too. What is? He'll be back.
Tomorrow is Friday, and therefore the outlook on the emotional exchanges, always are Fridays at 7 a.m. I pull 3 cards for the elemental signs, telling them what's coming towards them, why it's important, and where it's leading to, plus an affirmation to help them figure it out.
Whoa, I don't know what to say here. It's going to be very interesting. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, so this is Florida or California. The person from there, Rich. You've got the 2 of Swords upright. And then you've got the Emperor upright. What's
and the Lenormand is the house and the book. So
now, wait, let me put the rest out.
Okay.
As far as Kevin goes, you've got the 8 of Wands reversed and the Death card upright.
And that Lenormand is the whip, which is kind of in contrast to the 8 of Wands reversed.
But not to death.
But not to death. And then the bear. Well, bear is a big cuddly teddy bear. Maybe.
Really interesting. This is so funny. I never tell people to put their stock in finding rich people to marry and us, but let's look at this. I think they're both kind of iffy, but this one maybe a little less so. You've got the 2 of Swords here. It seems to me what that's telling me is that maybe you'll have more than one choice. Maybe you'll have a decision or choice to make in this category here. Is it Florida? Is it California? Or is it one guy over, one person over another person? And I think what you have to go with is, you really have to study this well. You have to think hard on your decision here and go with the one that will provide you with the most comfort, security, and a sense of belonging.
Yeah, I have to agree here. I think that this gives a little bit more of a tip towards the person you don't know, but you're theorizing you could meet them or you have some glimmer of that. And the book is indeed about checking it out more and feeling really comfortable with, what they can provide to you.
Well, because let's talk about the Emperor here, right?
Right, exactly.
I mean, the Emperor rules. He's like, this could be somebody very rich. This could be somebody who owns a business or something.
And it could be saying, too, that really this is something you're holding out for, because this 2 of Swords sort of has a sense of waiting to see what's going on here. Maybe what you're waiting to see is how it works out, what you explore and discover there, the book.
Now, you said Kevin's one of the hottest people you've seen. That's interesting, because I don't know how I feel about Kevin here. I think that, I could look at this 2 different ways.
Looks aren't everything.
The 8 of Wands seems to indicate that Kevin may be scattered all over the place. In other words, he may have a lot of irons in the fire. He may have more than one love interest if he's one of the hottest people you've ever seen. For example, that thought has crossed my mind. And I almost feel here with the Death card here that what it would mean to me is something would radically have to change in order for this to work. That's one way that I could
and you
look
have
at
the
this.
width there.
Well, and that's what I'm saying here that, well, actually, I almost feel that that one plays into my other scenario. And that other scenario is that, Kevin may abruptly, if you do have a relationship with Kevin, it may come to an abrupt ending. He may cut it off abruptly. And it may be because he's shifting gears and going with somebody else.
Right. The idea of death would be sudden change then, too.
Yeah. So I'm not sure it's as successful a prospect, but it's odd that I would think this one is. I think this one's possible, but, it looks like you could attract somebody who has a lot of power and authority. I'm not going to say a politician. Goodness, I can't imagine any individual in their right mind wanting to marry a politician, male or female, because it's quite the life, that you got to live in now with everybody threatening one another and stuff like that. I mean, that's just crazy. But I'm not ruling that out as possible here.
Well, we can't necessarily explain why you are attracted the way you are. I mean, that's just the way anybody is. But I do sort of feel like from a theoretical level, the idea of somebody who you think is really hot and perhaps knows it and has, as you say, other options themselves versus an unknown, theoretically, it is maybe more likely banking on the idea of something you don't know suddenly changing. And, the idea of the sudden change, even though it's over here, it could really apply in that situation too.
I have to also say that since this was about Kevin, I mean, do you know this person very well? Because it seems to me, I don't want to say that they could be violent, but there could be a lot of aggressive tendencies with this person. This is somebody, it's almost like the Emperor in a way, somebody who feels empowered and that they can be aggressive with that empowerment. So whatever that means, they could be pushy, they could be bossy, that kind of thing, controlling. So that's why I look at this as being the better prospect here at this point.
Well, maybe if you do get to know Kevin better, you'll realize where you're at with that, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth putting more attention into.
That's what the cards say right now, Ariana. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And we're on Amira, I think. Yep.
All right. You're welcome.
Hey, you're welcome, Ariana. Thanks for another challenging question.
Your questions are always challenging, pushing us to the limits of what we can do. We hope. Okay, so Amira is up.
Did Amira leave a question?
Don't think so.
Okay, we'll wait a moment. We're doing okay time-wise. I'm surprised, actually. Got a number of readings done. That's good. Gotta keep going. All right, we'll give another minute. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world today.
It's always good to have a sense of what you really want
But
to
yes,
be able to
knowing
focus.
what you want is critical, And don't settle. Totally crazy world. Just totally. This week has been bizarre.
So we're still waiting for Amira, but I'm wondering if Sitel is also around.
All right. Last call for Amira. We're going to have to move on. If you're here, speak now.
Go ahead, Sitel. We're going to move on to you now.
Okay, Satel, go ahead with your question. If Amira's here, we could just switch you around. If not, we're going to move on. Satel, go ahead and type your question.
Is your past coming back?
Ah, okay.
Well, that's vague enough.
I don't want a yes, no. We'll do 3 cards. I'm aware. After all, I get them done and you still don't grab them from me.
So your first card is the Devil reversed. Then we have the Two of Cups upright.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have the Ace of Cups reverse. So right off of the top of my head, Satel, I'm wondering if this is about a relationship and you're not sure you want to see the return of this, or you're wondering about it in some way. With Lenormand, we have, the Whip and the Sith.
Yeah, I'm not liking the looks of this somehow. Satel.
So you say, yes, it is about a relationship.
The Devil's reversed here. It almost indicates to me that somebody maybe they're, if it's a somebody, they may be returning because they're now free. Perhaps they were in a relationship that was broken. But I'm just wondering about this. If it's not a divorce, it was some separation. But I'm not sure I like the feeling with these cards, because the Scythe and the Rod can both be kind of difficult cards together. And because one cuts things and one, has when you use a whip, you're cracking a whip. It's kind of a violent action, And so I'm not sure this is a good, healthy thing, that whatever happened here, this broken relationship or thing that did not work out, may have made this person rather aggressive or angry, and it may not be the best of circumstances that they're coming out of here. I just don't like the feel of these cards. So to answer your question, yes, somebody seems like they may be coming back or returning or free now, but I'm honestly not sure that's a very good thing for you.
This person, maybe there's something obsessive about them. Maybe they're obsessed with you, and that's why they maybe are coming back, if that's what appears to be happening. Or when you were maybe involved with them or knew them before, there was something that you didn't like about them that felt obsessive. It's what I think. And maybe you did have a relationship and maybe it did break up, or maybe you're aware that they have the potential to spoil relationships. I mean, if they were an external force, maybe they came between you and something you really cared about and broke that up, whether it was another relationship or just situations you enjoyed.
Hey, Michelle, we're going to add you to the list because somebody dropped out of the list. And so I'm going to add you, but we've really closed the list. But since somebody's left, we'll add your name.
Yeah, you are the last person.
It's going to be a long list, so if you cannot wait, leave your question. Our moderator will take your question and we'll answer it for you.
Even though she wants to close the list. Sorry. So, I don't know if you need to run, but it seems like you need to take a fast action, and you may want to cut yourself.
I'm sorry, Violet, but we just had somebody cancel, so I did that.
Yeah, so much for leaving in your hands. But that was her, not me. I wanted to leave in your hands. She took that away from you. She did. Okay, so Satel, I'm not sure if I see that exactly, but I feel like there is some element of this that you definitely want to remove yourself away from, is what it looks like. Everyone stop so I can focus on the person I'm ready for.
The past will spoil it. Well, Mr. O might be right. So, yes, I don't know if you broke up, if that's what the situation was with these two cards here, or if it's another relationship they're returning from, or if they're trying to come back thinking now they're free to just come back into your life. But this would not be healthy. I just tell you there's nothing healthy here. Let me see if I can give you a timeline. Oh, my. Well, I'm not going to go that far. These cards say within 5 years. I'm going to say it could be a lot sooner than that, like 5 months to a year. And basically, this one says the momentum is rolling. Stay positive. But you know what? There's nothing positive here. So I would say is the momentum is that this person's returning. And I really feel it's going to be anywhere from 5 months to a year from now. Really do believe that. And I don't know why, like, I'm not, if it's a year from now, I have a feeling for some reason when I'm seeing this number 5, I'm thinking by May of next year. It's just what I'm intuiting from the cards we're pulling. So I think it's going to happen fairly soon, but, not like tomorrow.
Well, it mostly seems like your reaction needs to be strong and quick too as well. That maybe you just need to be really decisive about saying, no, I'm not going back to this past. I don't know if that can help you there, but that's what I think.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
8 months have passed. Okay.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't resurface. I have a feeling they will, but trust me on this. I think it's something you don't want to revisit.
All right. Well, we will definitely work this with you again in the future if you want. We can definitely, approach it again. You're welcome, though.
You are welcome, Satel. All right, we got to move on. As I added somebody to the list, I'm being bad, I know. Kara is up, I believe. Kara, what you got for us? Okay. I'm having problems shuffling.
What does Spurt have for me?
Spurt? It says, it does say spirit.
Spirit.
Don't be silly.
Is that like an Appalachian accent? Spirits. Spirits come around here. Don't come around here. Spirits.
Well, Spirit has the 7 of Cups for you. Why is that important?
It looks like Don Quixote.
Why is that important? The Star.
Looks like
where things are headed. Oh my goodness. The 5 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. This is all positive.
Go fish. There's your fishing rod.
Oh.
The scythe.
What does Spirit have for you? Well, I think that's interesting here. And we'll talk about this. Spirit has a lot for you, if only you will decide on what it is you want. Spirit says it's time for you to make a choice. I'm offering you all these options, Spirit says. Why aren't you capitalizing on them? Because, why is that important? Because right now is a very hopeful, positive, destined time for you, where you could get things moving. You could really start working on achieving some goals that you've maybe always wanted to work on. It's just a matter of not spinning your wheels and not dwelling too long, making a decision and deciding on things instead of daydreaming about them, Kara. And where is this heading? This is heading to some healing. This is heading to some growth. This is heading to a sense of feeling like you belong somewhere, or, in some situation, or with people of like mind. And so again, when I look at the scythe and the fish in this case, I'm thinking this means you have to cut these choices down to what's most important for you and what you really want to pursue. It's time to cut through all of this, see, because the fish is about abundance, and pick the thing that truly you are destined for.
It's some cat deck, Violet.
It's called the Cat Tarot.
The Cat Tarot.
It's exactly what it's called, and it's cats as historical or cultural figures.
And so I like the goldfish because, of course, cats like to, scoop little goldfish out of their bowls and eat them. But I think that, if you give Kara a fish, she eats for a day. But if you give her a scythe, she can snag the fish out of the water every day. So I think this is about finding an opportunity. I'm just being silly there. But I think that Spirit is saying, I'm showing you a lot of things, but there is really one that I want you to decide on. Because I think Spirit says sometimes you have to decide for yourself, because you can make anything happen out of anything else. You can make unhappy things better, healing that. You just have to have the right hook.
Hey, Karishma, the list is closed. I'm sorry. We filled up really fast today. So my apologies. You have to get here early because some days we just fill up. We can never figure it out. Sometimes it's quiet on Thursdays and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, we're sorry we can't do it today.
Yeah. So, all right then. That's what I see, Kara. I see some very positive stuff here. Absolutely. But, it's up to you. Spirit is a funny thing. Spirit can give us choices, options, but they're not, it's up to us to truly decide what we're going to do with it. What are we going to do? So that's on you, Spirit says. Make the choice, make the decision. There's many paths before you. Choose your destiny well, and you should heal and find a place for yourself. Whether it's just in what you're immersing yourself in activities that you love or being surrounded by people that are supportive. So good luck with that. Well, you can hang around in that case, Karishma.
We can't
did
promise
have
you,
one
though.
person leave, but I don't know. I can't
promise it,
guarantee.
yeah. All right, you're welcome.
And I filled that place when that one person left. So, it's possible, but I'm not going to, say for certain.
Tidal wave is up.
Tidal wave, you are up.
I'm going to use my Nefertari.
Really? Interesting, Karishma. Well, thanks for the feedback.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know if we're a genius, but I appreciate the
I
compliment.
appreciate it. Our intuition, when it works, it works. I can't predict all the time. We can't always be accurate. We don't profess to be. We just go where the cards and our intuition leads us.
I'm sorry about that title. Let's see what we can show here.
Oh no, are you kidding me? That's terrible. This world today, like I said, a crazy place.
It's a sad world. So our first card is the reversed Six of Swords. Then there's the Knight of Cups, but that's also reversed. And then another reverse card, sadly, the Queen of Wands. And I hate when she's reversed because she's one of my favorite cards.
This is tough, titles, so let's take a look here. We also have the Child and the Clouds. But at least the light side is facing the Child. But this is almost picking up a lot of what you've gone through. I mean, I can clearly see that here with the Six of Swords. You're kind of stuck right now. Now you're stuck because you had to leave a job, and rightfully so. It puts you, though, in a rather bad blocked position right now. And with the Page of Cups reversed, or Knight of Cups, right? Mm-hmm. Knight of Cups reversed, I caught myself. This is just, this is kind of gloomy. I'm sure you're very depressed. It's put you in a very bad frame of mind. You're going to have to try to pick yourself up, though, because also we have reversed here. What is that one again?
Queen of Wands.
The Queen of Wands. Don't let this shake your self-confidence. Don't let this rattle you. Now you've got to try more than ever to put your best foot forward and to move on this. In other words, don't hesitate. You have to try to get out of this block state and move forward. And it's not going to be completely easy here. I feel that your best bet is to just, do the best you can. Take this one day at a time. Slowly you might be able to make some progress. My advice to you is it may be a little bit slow going at first by the looks of things.
Well, it is Mercury retrograde, so some of this is probably a bit coming from that. I do feel that Knight of Cups reversed in the middle says you're moving away from this sad affair, or this emotionally laden affair. So hopefully it means you are moving towards something else. But that Six of Swords is sort of saying there's a sense of not being able to move. And so maybe it's because you don't have something to immediately move towards. And you don't want to move towards something that causes more pain. So I almost get the feeling like they might say, well, you can come back, but why would you want to? You really don't want to.
I doubt they would in this case.
Or that there's some other situation where you could go towards that, but you just realize it's not happy. It's maybe a worse job. It's something you've already heard about. Queen of Wands just really shows you to be not impressed with yourself. You're sort of having negative feelings about yourself, and you need to work on improving them. But I think you can do that really because I feel your personality, and I feel that that's what these cards are saying, is that you're taking a little time to nurture yourself, to maybe indulge in yourself a little bit in the way that, we might want to take care of children or our younger selves, the aspects of ourselves, because you can feel that change will come. Even if you don't feel that consciously right now, it's sort of there in you, the idea that this will pass, It's just immediacy is kind of rough right now, and you feel a little bit trapped or unable to move.
Really unfortunate. I wish I had better news, but the cards might be picking up a little bit of the energy of what's just happened to you. This happens a lot with, when we do readings for others. And so I would suggest maybe, when you come back on Sunday or you come next Thursday, we check this out again and see if things have changed. But right now, I think it's going to be a little bit of a slow go. You're kind of stuck. Just don't allow yourself to feel so stuck that you immobilize yourself, that you stop trying. Keep putting your best foot out there. Keep trying to find something. And it may take a little effort here before you can see some positive things start to happen again. I wish you luck with that title.
Good luck.
All right.
Go ahead, Shamara. You can post.
Yes, Shamora, you may post now. You are up. You know, it's crazy that people can get away with that on the job and not have repercussions. It's kind of like, I'm not going to say who, but I got in an argument with somebody today about Tucker Carlson, of all people, why he lost his job. And, you know, somebody was saying he was a victim of blah, 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 blah. But if, you know, if they have tapes and they have things where he's been belittling his bosses, he's been calling people names, he's been doing ageist, sexist stuff, how many of us could do that on the job and get away with it? People should be fired for something like that, and they did. They fired him. You know, and in your case, Title, they should have fired these people involved. That's the right thing to do, for crying out loud. I just don't understand what's wrong with people. But anyway, sorry.
Okay, your cards.
All right.
Anything Shamar needs to know about the next 6 months? And I'll take those Lenormands.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah, we have your question, Shamora. We're good.
Yep, we've got it. Let's see what stands out for the next 6 months.
Not you, Kara. No. We had a good dinner. I made some chicken. I baked some chicken with a barbecue coating
With a
on it.
shake and bake barbecue coating. It's
But you
really
didn't
good, though.
help.
It's darn good.
But you didn't help.
I didn't help. I was busy writing.
At shake and bake, you're supposed to help.
Well, we have the Four of Swords reversed. Oh. Ironically enough, then we have the Hermit upright.
Yeah, I'll say that's ironic.
And even more ironic, the Knight of Swords upright. But maybe not.
Back and
These
forth,
cards
back
may
and
tell
forth.
a story here.
Well, then there's the lily, which is influenced by the snake.
Boy, I don't know what to make of that. All right, the next 6 months. So you have the Four of Swords reversed here, which is generally about feeling more energized, feel like as if you're coming out of a period of restoration, regeneration. It's as if you feel renewed, revitalized, stronger than before, either physically, mentally, emotionally, or all three. And the Hermit is saying that, you know, maybe this is going to be a time in the next 6 months to really, truly dig deep into things. You know, maybe there's important decisions or moves that you want to make. And in order to do that, you really have to take a deep dive and search your soul for what it is you're really after right now in life, where you really want to be heading in the next 6 months. I think that's very important. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Lenormand yet, but I wanted to get that out there. If you want
Okay,
to go
well,
back.
I think the healing involved is maybe connected to something in the Lenormand that I'm seeing, that maybe over time you've realized you have to kind of evolve more. And so I sort of see that the lilies links the healing aspect to the Hermit, which is really the idea that you have something to share with others. It may be something that others need, or maybe just something that you need to share, but it will be received well, even if it does seem like maybe it doesn't feel like it's exactly your place to say this, but you're going to do it. The next 6 months, I think you're going to have to say some truths to different people or situations that maybe they don't want to hear them. It may be about people that put you in the stance of needing to heal. Like maybe something happened and you had to heal from that altercation or that situation, but now in the next 6 months, you're going to be able to face the situation and maybe be able to tell people you're moving on with or without them, or you're saying the things that needed to be said.
Well, oh, that's pretty interesting, Mr. O.
I know, I pulled that one out of my head, right?
Well, you pulled it out of your intuition. This could, well, it says soul, I thought of soul searching, but this could also be searching for truths, in your life. And so you're ready now to tackle something you really need to get to the bottom of. What?
Shamara says rebirth, and of course, I don't know if you're looking at the snake. In some cultures, snakes are rebirth, but this snake isn't necessarily that, but I sort of feel like maybe it is. It's symbolically tying in with the hermit, the idea maybe of something coming back, of rebirthing, and maybe the evolution is there too, that, you're evolving from maybe the things you said that could have hurt or deceived people, or evolving from the things that were said that deceived or hurt you, that you've come to put it in its place and understand how to heal yourself from that. I know I'm really crazy, right?
Well, all I want to say is, I know you said things would be boring. I don't think so. The Knight of Swords is not a boring character here. The Knight of Swords is often aggressively pursuing something. So whether you are pursuing getting the truth about something or expressing your truths to others, as Mr. O suggested, it seems to me you have a lot of energy and drive, especially with these two cards here. They show a lot of energy towards something, and it's almost as if it could be towards intellectual pursuits as opposed, or spiritual, as opposed to, say, romantic or business. I kind of get that feel about these cards, and and it's as if, you want to uncover, this is the Lenormand is what's throwing me off. The snake in the Lenormand is usually not a positive card in the Lenormand. It indicates possibly betrayal or deceptions. I think here that maybe what this is saying is that maybe something that you reveal, that you uncover will kind of shatter your sense of innocence in a way. So I don't think this is a time of boredom, but I think this is a time of some real awakening internally within you. I think that's important.
Right, because the hermit itself is about that. So I think these are kind of combining there to suggest that in the next 6 months, you're going to really realize some things you haven't realized before. It may be about what was going on in the past that you needed to heal from, but it's certainly about a provocative future where maybe you're instilling some change, or you're bringing some sort of energy and change to a situation. I don't know what that situation is.
Thank you, Shamora. I appreciate that. That's
so.
What we have for you. I hope that makes some sense to you. And Violet, were you talking about this deck? You like this deck, huh?
What is that? The Mystic Realm?
The Mystic Realm, yeah.
Mystic Realm Tarot.
It's very colorful. It's nice. I like it. Yeah.
Well, I hope that worked for you, Shamora, and I appreciate you coming to our show tonight.
Thank you. Hopefully we will see you again. And we are on Tina. Hi, Tina.
Tina.
Well, Robert and I end up back together romantically, as he has shut the idea of shut the idea of a relationship out completely.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Let's throw 3 cards. We may be able to tell it there.
Should we do your 3?
No. I don't see how that would work here.
All right. Okay, Tina, thanks for the question. And I'm going to use the Star Spinner Tarot for that. You're welcome. And just remind everybody, of course, that we are on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. So check us out. We tend to be super, super busy.
Yeah, if you thought we were busy tonight, Sunday can be even worse. So try to get there early. But like I said, sometimes we're not even busy on
You're welcome,
Sundays. It
Shar.
depends.
It's crazy what happens. All right, finishing up here.
Not sure how I feel about these Lenormand. We got to see what the other cards bring us. Let's just say it could be good, it could be bad.
All right, so there is a Knight of Swords, which is upright.
Okay.
The reversed Ace of Pentacles. And then the upright Moon.
Oh boy. Not sure we have a total answer on this, but it's interesting.
The Anchor.
See what I mean?
And the Heart. Yeah.
It's not always a good thing. Well, it depends on what cards we've got here, and that's why I'm a little confused. I'm not sure they've made up their mind completely. I mean, I see the Knight of Swords here, and I'm thinking that either they're thinking of moving on or they're thinking of making a decision one way or another on what they want to do. And the reason I'm wondering is because, of course, we have that Ace of Pentacles square in the middle here, and it seems to indicate that it's possible that Robert does not feel that there's any growth potential here anymore. I don't know if I can say he's given up completely. I just think he's kind of at a position now whether either he wants to move on or he really is at a point of making a final decision. I don't think he's made one yet. And what is this again?
The Moon.
It's the Moon. And the Moon indicates mystery again and intrigue, things that need to be uncovered. So it almost makes me feel like this is still something that's hidden below the surface. But one thing I will tell you, Tina, is that, the Moon might be saying, you really have to go with your gut on this one. What is your gut telling you about this? If you feel there's no hope, you might want to believe that. I'm going to stop before I go into the Lenormand. But
Well, the way you couch the question, I almost feel like some of these cards could go to either of you. Like when I look here, I'm jumping ahead to the Lenormand, and I'm thinking one of you really still feels in love. I'm thinking it's you, but could it also be Robert too, just that they can't see themselves going forward for some other reason? But I feel like one or both of you still feel like there is love here, even if it's not worked out in a real-time sense of that.
since he went to the Lenormand first, I'm sorry, I just want to add this. I also think it could mean, since I feel like things are up in the air, that anchor indicates that right now his heart is stuck. He's still not really totally made his mind up. I think he's really close. And I almost feel he really wants to, in a way, move on because of that Ace of Pentacles reversed. But let me hear what you've got for this. I'm curious.
Well, I'm more drawn to the Moon as the idea of maybe there is a realization that even if that is true, that he feels there's love or that he understands your love, that it's not working out, or something else is in the mix there. Maybe they feel they want to have their career bloom first, that they sort of feel like they need something else before the relationship. They're thinking, or the relationship is thought mostly in terms of physical success that's based more on accomplishments or materialism, and that maybe it's not based on what I see there. So maybe there's a dichotomy. Maybe they can't decide if it's more important to be just totally firmly in love or to have the best that can be had through achievement.
It's a tough one, because I could go either way on this Lenormand. Sometimes this can indicate that the heart is, true and safe and secure in this relationship. But I don't know, that Knight that night just makes me think that, they could be moving away. They could be moving on to something else now. And it's basically because they felt there was no growth potential here. And it's kind of where I've leaned with it. And the moon, like I said, the moon also can be a sign of uncertainty, that there's a lot of uncertainty connected to all of this here.
This knight is going or wants to go towards an achievement. Is it the achievement of the relationship, or is it the achievement of success of their own? I think that maybe you're right that, this pertains more to the emotionality than the actual physicality.
You see what you said? He has to work on himself, so maybe that work you suggested is on the self. I mean, that could be. But, he could also be saying that too, right? Well, I'm just backing off because I have to work on myself.
But the moon, as the kind of idea behind things needing to be discovered, could be saying that whether he says that or not, that is a truth. That he needs to discover or find out more about themselves and their desires, their true goals, their true will.
I would be careful not to anchor your heart too much into this right now. I would just say, the ball, I think you should probably leave the ball in this person's court and, decide for yourself. Set some boundaries, just decide I'm only going to wait so long, and if this is not going to work out, I have to move on.
And I get the feeling that probably it really, is hurtful because you're pretty sure you know how you feel or how you want to feel and how you want it to go. And it's really about Robert, not really knowing his own heart or his own will.
Oh boy, so good luck with that, Tina. Wish you the best.
And you're welcome, Shamora, and thank you for your kind thoughts too.
Yes, thank you, Shamora. Appreciate it. All right, Angel Rivera, what do you got for us?
You're welcome, Tina. I hope that was advice for you.
Oracle, absolutely. Oh, I thought you would never ask. I'm going to use the Human Spirit Oracle. An intriguing deck. I believe, let me just double check something here. This has upright and reversed interpretation. I'm going to let you pull one out of there for Mr. Rivera, and let's see what we get. I know it's on me, but I'm going to let you pull one.
Trust me, Angel. Trust. This one almost jumped into my hands.
Did it?
That can't
right
be good.
In the middle, almost.
That can't be good.
Which way? It's upright or reversed? It's upright. Oh, wow.
Give it a whirl.
What number is that?
7. Trust me.
Okay, why can't I find it? 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Wait a minute. This is 27.
Trust me.
You can't even get the number right. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. New and improved. Try something new. Who knows? You might like it. Settling into comfort zone makes your horizon awfully dull and monotonous. Let's try a new hobby, or even just walking down a different street on your way home. Hey, you're a runner. Maybe trying a different running route. Being spontaneous can recharge the soul, give you a newfound passion for something. Think of all the possibilities. All you have to do is try, because if you do not, you will never know what could have been. You might just be unlocking something you didn't even know you were missing out on.
Like the tower? Mice in the tower!
Oh my goodness.
Oh no! The mice
Well,
are in the tower!
now I have to think about this in relation to work and troubles at work. Maybe this is saying you need to try a different approach to anything that is causing stress, anxiety, or tensions in the old workplace. So giving it a whirl in this case, I feel, may have something to do with trying something new or different to change that.
Well, I'm almost wondering if this is saying that something that maybe up until now, if you viewed it at all, it seemed to be a minor irritation, but that maybe it is something that has more potential, and so therefore you need to take that advice into account before it gets
The
too
main
far.
card is encouraging, but I almost feel here there's some little things coming up at work, and you need to take that kind of energy and apply it. Too, we get into, maybe it's not between people or situations per se. Maybe it has something to do with your workflow. We get into a routine and then things back up on us, and we try to struggle our way through it just going through our routine. But maybe if you try a different approach, give something else a whirl, you will be able to navigate it much more smoothly.
And mice work is usually just taking away from something in a minor way until it's finally noticed that it's a big thing. So this is once again just a warning saying something that maybe doesn't look like it's a big problem could end up being a bigger problem.
Interesting, Mr. Rivera. Good luck with that.
Alrighty. And Libra is up, and Libra says, what's coming towards them?
All sorts of irritations at work. Oh no.
Right, how do you pick?
Oh. Well, good luck with it all, Angel. I'm
We'll-
so glad I'm retired.
We will get to you, Fallen, in a minute. Are you next? Yes.
Yes.
Where's Libra at? Oh, Libra's
Libra's
later.
further
Okay.
down.
Okay, got it. So it's Fallen Angel. Got it.
Libra was just leaving her question for Violet. All right. What is going on with my soulmate connection? Okay.
So many wasted characters in the novel I'm writing.
Have you met them yet, or are you just wondering where they are? I have to ask that, Fallen Angel.
Okay, so we have the reverse page of coins. We have the Magician upright. I was not. If you were a proper list person, you would have told me earlier that Libra was just leaving the question.
Violet, take my advice. Don't even try to shame a Scorpio. They have none. They have none.
I control the microphones and other things.
They have none.
Okay, justice. Justice.
Okay, Fallen Angel. Well, let's see. We have the clover and the key. Now, there's some different ones we haven't seen in a while. So the page of coins, and what is that again? A magician.
Not when I saw it.
Justice. Will you stop?
No, I won't.
All right. The page of coins. I'm kind of left with the idea that possibly your soulmate connection either has not arrived yet, or they're very, very slow to actually make that deeper connection with you. I'm getting the feeling they haven't arrived yet, because the Page of Coins to me could be messages delayed, things just not coming together. So I'm almost feeling like maybe it hasn't happened yet. I feel here, though, that that potentially there is a potential for you to manifest the connection with your true soulmate. Now, or a soul connection. Now, mind you, sometimes we have connections that are out there in the world and we're just not meant to meet in this lifetime. But I feel here that, if you really put your heart and soul into this, you may be able to manifest this, work your will to make this happen. But a lot is going to depend on, it's almost like fate in a way here. I see the Justice card here, which can be about karmic things in a way, karmic connections. And I see the Clover, which is about fate and destiny. Fate and destiny has a lot to do with how this is all going to transpire for you. You may be able to work some will here to make it happen, but, fate, destiny, and karma is truly going to determine the course of this.
I'm really wondering if it's just the kind of thing that won't really be apparent until it does happen, because when I look at the Page of Coins reversed, I'm thinking it's someone who is distracted or is not able to see this idea of a vision. There's something sort of mystical, philosophical about the Page of Coins at times, and it's reversed though, so they're not really seeing it. It could be that there is other things that is going on that are more important for you to master at this time, and maybe some of that relates to other parts of your life where there are issues that pertain to justice or fairness. I sort of think that the overall key to this coming to you is based on luck or fate, and that there's not a great deal you can do to make it happen. You just sort of have to sit with it and let it happen to some degree.
I do believe in soulmates, soul connections. Yeah. I don't always believe that even if you share a same lifetime together, that you necessarily meet up in that lifetime, or that you necessarily become a couple in that lifetime in a romantic sense. Maybe you're sisters, maybe you're cousins, maybe there's some other type of reason you come together in this life, or maybe you're not meant to come together in this life. Sometimes that happens. That doesn't mean they're not out there somewhere, but it's just not going to happen in this lifetime. I feel fate and karma's playing a role here. It's interesting, if you've ever had past life work done, it might be worth checking into somebody who does past lives to see if there is a destiny for you to meet up again in this lifetime. It may come out in another past, in a past life reading. I mean, we do past life readings from time to time. We might be able to dabble into that, but clearly not today, because we've answered this question. And 3 cards really, we can only give you so much information with that. So it might be better to seek somebody else out for that. However, I would say to you that they may be out there. It's just that I don't believe that they've connected. I just have this sense that they haven't connected with you yet.
Well, my understanding, and I've talked to some people who were Hindu and understood karma differently maybe than everybody else does, and karma really only enacts when we are physically incarnate. When we're not physically incarnate, when we're in between our lives, our spirits, our souls may actually decide what kind of experiences we want to have when we get to that next life. We may not remember what that was once we're born, but our eternal spirit knows what we need to experience. And so maybe it's a contract, I don't know. But I think it's the idea that we can't really predict what's going to happen karmically, that it's really about spirit deciding in between what you should have.
Oh gosh, I can't believe I forgot what I was going to say. You're very welcome. I see you say you've had no luck in love, but I want you to keep one thing in mind. Even if you never connect with this soul connection in this lifetime, that doesn't mean you will not have a meaningful, beautiful relationship at some point in your life with somebody else. Soul connections are there to be with us over periods of time. They may come, they may go, but we are here to experience a lot more. And so you may have some other relationship with somebody who is not necessarily a soulmate, but that doesn't make them any less important to you in this lifetime. So keep that in mind. And that's what we have for you.
Another perspective, though, is that people often think that their soul is their personality. And your personality may differ in every lifetime, and it may not really reflect what your soul is. And the next time you're born, your personality may be totally different from what you have now. But your soul remains the same, and it knows what it wants.
All right. Moving on to Christine, who wants a general. Okay.
General for Christine. All right. Thanks for sticking around, Christine.
Use that one. Oops.
Oh.
You're very welcome, Fallen Angel. Hope to see you again.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right. Well, we have the Knight of Wands upright. I like that. We have the King of Swords upright. Oh, that's so cute. I like this card. We have the Six of Pentacles upright as well. Looking at something?
Yes, at the chat. Six of Pentacles. Karishma said something about karma.
No, that's fascinating. All right. Well, what do you got for the Lenormand, dare I say? Oh. Wow, party pooper.
Yeah, it's a really nice tarot, isn't it?
If you were less distracted. All right. So the Knight of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. I don't know, Christine. This looks really positive to me. It looks as though there may be something happening for you in a business sense, or possibly a career move of some sort, or in your business. And it may lead you to, well, I think here where... It just seems like you're at the top of your game in some area here, You're moving forward because people are recognizing you as an authority in some way, which is really nice to see here. And the Six of Pentacles indicates that there just seems to be a real even exchange right now, of energy, possibly financial, obviously, too. I think this is really, really positive, which is why I'm wondering, I think what this is saying here with this Lenormand is you need to commit to right now anything that is causing you long-term grief, stress, or worry. If you commit to overcoming this, whatever it is in your life that may be causing you some long-term grief, stress, or worry, everything else just seems to be flowing so smoothly. It's almost as if you don't need whatever this situation is in your life anymore.
Right. They are really kind of divergent. When I look at those three tarot cards, the Knight of Wands is like you moving towards something with strong bravery, charisma, etc. And I think you're moving towards something business, something growthful. It promises you the ability to decide your life or decide your course of things, or you're deciding about how it will advantage you material-wise, that maybe this movement is going to put you more in charge of your financial career, your financial realm. So maybe it's something happening for you in your business, maybe it's something happening for you in your work, but it's something really that you're moving towards and will give you more financial abilities. So yes, the Lenormands
Go ahead.
do look a little challenging in that regard, but I think Banshee's got the idea too that the cross is about things that maybe are bothering us. So it could be saying that this is, grieving us. This could be saying that you're rising to the occasion because it helps you create perspective with other things that maybe are not as good. And so you're committing yourself to not as so much ignoring those problems, but trying to work through them, to power through things that maybe are not as good for you, but you can make them better.
Well, it's interesting you mention a move, Christine, and Knights are always on the move, right? They're movement cards. And so I can't rule out here that this isn't about your move. It could very well be. This is about decisions. This could be about, the fact that you're trying to negotiate here. This might say that as far as that situation goes, that you are in a good position right now, negotiating wise, and that, everybody here is looking for an even exchange. They're looking for what's best for them, and so maybe with a little give and take on both of your parts, things can move forward. I can almost see that happening here in relation to the cards as well.
I could sort of see this as being about your commitment to downsizing, that the cross is maybe about eliminating things or things moving away. The ring is about committing to that. So this may be about career things that could play into that, but not necessarily. This could be standing on its own, saying that in other ways you're committing yourself to kind of downsizing, removing things that are just not necessary anymore. It's not grief so much, but just something that doesn't have the same value.
So since it was a general reading, we could look at this with both perspectives in mind. This could reflect on the move you're making, that it's possible you will make some progress. You will achieve, an agreement that will make both of you feel satisfied and happy. And, the King of Swords here can be about legal matters in a sense, agreements being reached. And the Knight about moving, or this could be what we spoke of. I do think there could be a potential step up career-wise for you in some way. If you're in business for yourself, doing readings, etc., this could indicate that a lot more people will be seeking out your wisdom, your advice. So, this could bode well for your sideline activities.
That's a good
also.
point about that, yeah.
So think about in general from what we're telling you how this could apply, because I could see multiple applications here for these cards for you. All of it is leading to good stuff.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Good luck.
We're on prayer. Prayer, are you with us?
Hi, Prayer.
Yes, and I love the Owl Tarot as well, Christine. It's so beautiful. I love the artwork of, oh gosh, what's her name? Now, why did I forget? Help me out.
That artist?
Yeah, I can only think of the artist. It's not Abigail Larson, is it? Oh, no.
I do not know.
Oh, well, for some reason, I have forgotten the name, and there it is. It's
There's
Pamela
Prayer.
Chen and Oh gosh, Elizabeth Alba. I love Elizabeth Alba's art. She did the Everyday Witch Tarot. I love her art.
That's an interesting prayer, especially since Charisma just mentioned that about the deeds of the past lives. But let's take a look at that.
It's a beautiful deck, Christine. I need to know if I'm receiving karma for the deed of my past 7 lives. Oh.
Charisma said something like that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
Well, you
your
should
3?
never, I would just say this to you, never blame yourself for somebody else doing what they're doing.
That's true.
Honestly, karma might be hitting you, but I don't believe that's why. So, let's see what we get here.
Just the regular 3 cards?
Huh?
Just the regular 3 cards?
Yeah.
Or where is it leading?
Oh,
Maybe.
no, I think 3 cards.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Alba. So there is the High Priestess reversed. 4 of Wands is upright. And the Chariot is reversed. So High Priestess and Chariot are reversed. The birds. The letter.
Wow, this is just a really interesting reading.
It is.
Prayer. I think here that you should not worry about your karma so much. I think there's a message in what may be happening to you here, but I feel it's not because of karma. I feel like you might be misinterpreting some signs or messages you're receiving here. We've got the letter and the birds, and the birds might indicate that maybe to me you're attributing what has happened to you, the lesson that you need to learn from your husband's cheating, you're attributing it to some negative voices inside of you. Because I somehow feel that these birds are not outside influences. Yes, your husband cheated, it's true. But this is within you. This is the High Priestess reversed. And I feel like your gut is telling you, negative speak. In other words, I'm at fault, I'm to blame. It's almost like I'm getting that message that I mentioned to you, don't think that way. And that's what the cards are telling me, because here we have the 4 of Wands upright. And you know what the 4 of Wands is telling me? You deserve happiness in your life. You don't deserve to be hurt like that. You deserve happiness, you deserve stability and good things in your life. And when I see the Chariot reversed here, I feel like you're blocked or stuck from that right now. And it's possible, too, that, blaming what has happened to you, on your own karma could be the reason. You deserve better, I think, is what this is saying. And, it's up to you to find the road to that. It's not going to be handed to you. If your husband is not going to be faithful with you, you have to find a road forward past that.
These cards to me suggest that you were probably listening.
Take care, Christina.
Bye, Christina. Thanks for coming again. You were probably listening to, or you feel you're listening to a part of yourself, but you're probably deceiving yourself. There's a negative energy you have right now that makes you feel like it's your fault. That could also be the Chariot reverse too, because maybe the Chariot reverses you don't feel you have power in the issue, or you don't have the ability to get what you want or to try to get what you want. And I think this is you doubting yourself mostly. And this isn't saying that you have to forgive your husband and keep going there. keep going along with him. You don't have to forgive him even if you still choose to remain married. Okay, you don't have to forgive him. It's not about, revenge on you or pain coming back to you for karma. This is not about karma. He has his own karma to play here. So
that's right.
So whatever you feel you're feeling from karma, remember he has a karma too, and his karma is maybe going to catch up with him too. But you can't. That's the thing about karma. You can't really understand how karma is supposed to work. It just works, and then maybe you can try to understand why it worked that way, but you may not. And so I think that the letter and the bees is just saying that to some degree, we can't always understand what's going on here, that maybe it sounds like just chatter or words we don't really relate to. But the karma is deeper inside yourself than you have given yourself a chance to understand it. You're not understanding yourself deeply enough to realize what this was about, and that it's not your fault.
These kind of things hurt our psyche, when we feel we've been betrayed or, abandoned in some way. They hurt us psychically, and that's why, these kinds of messages get misconstrued. We feel we are to blame for somebody else's shortcomings. And, I look at this card in the middle here too. Oftentimes that card indicates a happy marriage. So what does this mean to me when it's coming up in your reading and you've been having some problems? What it means to me is that you did everything you could to make it happy. I feel like this is not on you. What went wrong here, if it's a marriage or even just a partnership, it's not on you. I feel like you deserve this happiness. And you did everything to try to make things happy. So don't be blaming yourself on this, I really feel. And it's, and if your partner is making you feel that way, I'm sorry. That could be just some scapegoating on their part too. It's easy to blame somebody else.
It could be that some of this will self-correct itself to some degree. You may never be totally able to forgive him or trust him, but you may find that there is still a harmonious life with him to some degree, that there is still life going forward, and that you still may be able to do positive changes that you yourself want.
Either that or you will figure out eventually, I feel, but it's not going to be easy. You have to be able to move yourself forward, at some point. I wish you so much luck with that. Good luck to you, and thank you for stopping in. I hope we helped a little bit.
Violet, sometimes I think, and this was something that was pointed out to me by somebody else, is that many of us, myself even, we mistake karma for what we want, which is justice. And so we think that if we have karma, we get justice, but it's not necessarily true.
All right, so we are on Divine Abundance, I believe.
And they did
posting, am I in a karmic relationship? How do we want to do that? I'll leave it up to you. Your cards, right? Or is it mine?
No, it's your cards.
It is my
So I leave it up to you.
Yikes.
Thank you, Prayer. I appreciate knowing that.
Thank you, Prayer.
We do our best too, and we just want everybody to try to get something positive here.
Well, we can't always give positive news. That's
Hi, Angel
for sure.
Rivera.
Hopefully we give you something that you need to hear and process and think about more.
Good night, Angel.
Let's do 3 cards. Take care, Angel. We'll see you soon. We got the Ten of Wands reversed. Oh my. We've got the Tower reversed. Speaking of karma. And we have the Devil reversed.
Holy
I
moly.
know.
Well, over here we have the mice in the Lenormand, and we have the ship. So I think we'll definitely keep those for the last.
Wow.
Well, right away I'm wondering if it is karmic because
The Tower.
the Tower and the Ten and the Devil, really, they all sort of have these aspects there. The Ten of Wands reverse says that maybe if it is karma, then there's something about this that released situations that maybe occurred between lives or were pertinent between lives, that somehow this karmic connection was here to help you release that, or that you're there to release it for them. And so the Tower reversed is maybe saying that the karma says it's not going to be so easy to release burdens one way or the other, because maybe that's the Devil. I'm going to stop here because I'm not sure.
Need a
about
little
that
help?
one. Yes, I do.
Well, let's look at the elephant in the room. Let's start right with that Tower. I think you could be in a karmic relationship at this time because there is something yet to learn from this connection. There's something that is unfinished business that needs to be cleared out to move forward. And I feel here that once you do that, there will be release. There will be a release from a sense of burden. Now, I don't know if this relationship of which we speak, has been problematic in this life, has been turbulent, but there will be release from burdens, maybe even from a karmic debt, once you acquire the lessons that you need to from this relationship. That's kind of the way I see all of these fitting together here, because the Devil reversed is definitely about a release from bondage. It's almost as if maybe whatever you're going through in this life together will free you to either, if you desire, come back together in another life, or you are released to move forward into other, things.
Well, this is about releasing burdens.
We haven't learned it yet. No, you haven't yet. That's what I'm thinking here.
This is about releasing burdens or responsibilities, but this is about releasing obsessions or behaviors that patterns that keep you maybe from being able to totally release or to totally learn what that lesson is. So there's something that's very karmic going on in your relationship, and maybe the whole point is figuring out where the obsessiveness begins, and then just the other stuff is there too. Like maybe it's hard to discern exactly what are the lessons to work on. Maybe some of the things that seem like karmic burdens or lessons are not that so much. They might be something else. I know I'm getting kind of carried away here.
Well, what's troubling to me a little bit here is what I see in this Lenormand, because when I see the ship moving towards the mice, I almost feel like you are headed towards some choppy waters here in this karmic relationship. It's not going to be smooth sailing for a while. Maybe there's going to be some finally confronting some things that need to be confronted.
The Tower is a lot about our lessons that we need to learn or that we are struggling to learn.
Oh, and you're with a Capricorn. Okay. Speaking of karma. Right?
Yeah, Capricorns usually have heavy karma.
And of course, the Devil is associated with Capricorn. Is it saying you have to release yourself from this bond in this lifetime? Is that what you have to learn? I mean, You have to think about this now. What is the message you need to take? What will alleviate the burden or the sense of heaviness that is surrounding this relationship right now? And I feel it's leading towards some choppy waters here, you know?
It's just hard to get an exact read on it because it does seem like it's just really about karma and lessons of life kind of stuff. Capricorns always have real heavy karmic stuff going on. We both have a lot of Capricorn in our chart. We're not sun sign Capricorn. But Capricorns are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is all about responsibilities and lessons of time. And so when there's inversions there, this is saying somebody's having a hard time accepting their lessons. They probably know what the lessons are, but they're not ready really to learn them yet, or they're not ready to make the changes yet. And maybe this is saying that in taking that trip, you'll never totally alleviate what these burdens are, or these problems are, but you will make them maybe a little bit more minor to some degree.
Let me just add that I feel here that you will, let's look at this tower. Let's look at this tower again reversed. Basically, it's saying, you know, repeating the same cycles over and over here is what you need. If you want to look at advice here, is in this karmic relationship, repeating the same cycles over and over again, you're not going to be able to release yourself from any kind of karmic debt that you may have. So there's got to be a way to shake things up and move away from the turbulence, you know. But I feel like you're going to have to go through some before you get there.
You should probably come back and we'll examine this again. Maybe we'll look at it from a different point, or maybe you'll have a different question about it.
Like maybe where do you need to go with this relationship from here? You know, something now more specific about how to move forward. Because this was basically if you're in a karmic relationship, and I would say from what you see and what we're telling you, yes, I think you are.
Holy crap. Everybody's got the same birthday.
Wow. That's crazy. All right, so we are done with that, and we're on Lucia. Lucia, are you still with us?
Well, Violet has put their question down, so I guess we'll just go ahead with that.
Who's watching my Instagram specifically, and what do they want from me? Let's see if we can find that. You're welcome, Divine.
Good luck.
I hope that helped. Oh, there you are, Lucia. Hi there. Your deck, Mr. O.
Soul Tribe, that's right. All right, I'm going to use my Neon Tarot again for Lucia's question.
So, Karishma, we're already into overtime. If you're still here, we're not going to be able to read for you today. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we'll have to move on.
We still have more readings, and
we still got a couple more readings, Libra and Violet, and we are getting to the end of our reading capacity for tonight.
Viability. We see you, Lucia. Well, I have no idea if we'll be able to tell you specifically, but we'll try.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, the Ace of Wands, which is upright. The Ace of Coins.
What is going on here?
Judgment reversed. And in Lenormand, we have the Whip and the birds. Those birds keep coming up. So does the Whip. Yeah, it's weird. Well, aces can also be kind of upstart kind of personalities, people who are sort of starting up. So these could represent the kind of people that are just sort of provocateurish in a way. They want to expand their business. They want to expand money.
That makes
And
sense.
what?
Nothing. I'm just thinking of the question, but go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to give them the idea of a personality that this
Okay.
responds to, because they want to know who specifically is in their Instagram account. And
Okay.
I think that's how I'm understanding the
Go
question.
ahead.
So with Judgment reverse, though, this sort of throws the personality type into somebody who maybe is not very ethical, or somebody who maybe is very one-sided in terms of their own desires. They don't have a spiritual quality. They're more about business and doing stuff like that. This provocateurish action that I sort of feel from those aces.
Were you done?
Yeah.
You know, I look at the aces a little bit differently here. I feel that the idea here is that I feel I'm going to start right here with Judgment reversed, because I think that's important here. I feel like they're scrutinizing you. I feel like they're really scrutinizing you. They're checking you out. Why? Because they maybe want to initiate something with you. They're hoping to grow something. I'm not sure what, I'm not sure it's positive or negative. On the one hand, these aces usually are powerful forces for good. I feel they're usually very good. But Judgment reversed and the rods and the birds kind of bother me here. Because, the birds could be about social media. And you're talking about your Instagram account. Social media, the birds can be about communication, connectivity. It can be about internet communications, and it's interesting because what do birds do? They sit on phone lines a lot, So that's why I'm saying there's a connection with the internet, there's a connection with connectivity, and the birds talk a lot. I think they're monitoring you for some reason here. Now, could it be if you were working, a boss is watching your internet account to see what you are doing out there? Could it be somebody who's romantically interested in you that is trying to ferret out if they should approach you? I think these are all possibilities here, but I just don't like this. I almost feel like, why are they monitoring you, or why are they doing it so sneakily, right? Why don't they just come out and try to get to know you instead of just watching from the shadows? That's what kind of bothers me about this. So I would say to you, I would be a little bit cautious, but it may end up that there's somebody who's just very interested in you, and they really take a lot of care in how they go about their relationships, or they want to know people first. They want to find out people first. But, like I said, could it be family checking up on you? Could it be, ex-lovers? Yes, I think there's a possibility here of that they are scrutinizing what you're getting initiated and doing.
I think Judgment Reverse does speak to the idea of being scrutinized, because a lot of times it is talking about judgments. So the idea is really saying maybe they're very curious about what you're doing. Maybe they feel that there's something wrong about it, that it doesn't live up to ethics or values of some sort.
The birds can be about gossip.
Yeah.
Absolutely, too. So if you said that people are spreading things about you, that could very well be here.
So the who maybe is what I was saying. The what is probably more what she was saying. But the who is probably somebody who is very interested in what you're doing. Maybe they're wondering if there are ways they can capitalize on that. Because
there you go.
Because aces are always, in a way, about, something starting up, capitalizing on something. And so is there something that they feel they could create money with, even if it's maybe just sort of, and you see this all the time. I've had a few of these myself. I saw what you're doing. If you don't send me this money, I'm going to tell everybody on your, social internet or something like that. So would they turn into some sort of provocateur that might threaten you in a certain way? Maybe. I don't see anything real specific there, but I do feel that these are the things that are going on.
Well, it's interesting because both the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles can be about growth or growing things in a way. So somebody is trying to grow something. Are they trying to find out something that they could use against you? Let me put it to you this way. I see these as two positive cards. So I almost feel like the reading is split in half here between the positive and the somewhat negative. And so what I would suggest is just keep playing your cards right. Just show your best side in whatever you do, and don't give them what they are looking for to use against you.
I think there is a likelihood that maybe it is somebody that you knew before, as you mentioned. It could be that. Violet's advice may be valid. I don't know. It just depends on how threatened you feel, I guess.
I don't know that this reading can help give you a specific person other than some of the ideas I've thrown out there, If you're not worried about, because I will say that bosses do check people's social media now. If you're not worried about a company or organization doing that to you, but you know that you've been having other problems with people on social media, it could be coming from that. I really do think it could be coming from that, but I don't have a totally complete direct answer on the who. I just know that somebody is scrutinizing you for sure.
Yeah, it is true, I think.
Can honestly confirm your feelings about that.
All right.
That's the best we can do today. I'm sorry we can't get a little more specific. But like I said, maybe we can get more into it next time and see what the cards will reveal for you.
Right, maybe you'll have a little more information for us that'll help too.
Good luck, Lucia.
All right, Lucia. Okay, so Libra is up and wants to know what's coming towards them.
And then Michelle and then Violet.
All right.
Right about Michelle. Michelle, you are still here, right? We will read for you. Oh, you're very welcome, Sonali. Good luck with that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Your deck.
Oh, yes.
You're welcome, Licia.
So what was Libra's again?
What's coming towards them?
Okay, got it. Oh, I see it. Wow, the Sunman has really flown the coop.
Michelle just wanted a general. Okay, got it.
Okay.
My goodness, we've hardly gone through any of our announcements, but of course we are
We've
here
been busy.
with happy hour Saturday at 10 a.m. So just come on down. And don't forget to watch Banshee's Material Matters on Sunday. And I know I got something else here. Of course, our Monday show. It's a big hit. Mondays at 9 a.m. Your Weird Week. Eek.
Talk about a mixed bag here. What do you got? Well, let's see what we can do with this. Okay, Libra. Always got to be complicated at the end of the night here. So we got the Ace of Wands upright. That sounds pretty good. We had that in the last reading with a different deck. But that's followed up by the Star reversed. And that's followed up by the Page of Pentacles reversed.
Anchors away. Clover. Crimson and Clover.
Well, goodness, this is one hot mess. Let's see here. So the Ace of Wands was first, and then there. Okay. So, I get the feeling here that there's something maybe you wanted to initiate or something you were hoping would get off the ground. You know, you may get some bad news about. You may get some bad news about. And it's going to leave you feeling pessimistic and doubtful about the future. You know, whether it's the future of a relationship, the future of a job, the future of a move you wanted to make of some sort, not necessarily a physical move, but you know what I mean, just something you wanted to do. But I feel as though, you know what? It seems to me that luck is with you right now. Luck is on your side, that somehow, regardless of what happens here, you will come out of this okay. Because luck is with you. Fate and karma dictates that whatever this is has to happen, but it will work out to your benefit in the end.
Right. I feel like an opportunity is coming towards you. Maybe it's a business opportunity. Maybe it's related to work or something like
Could
that.
be a relationship. I mean, it could be.
It could be. But I sort of feel that, like Banshee says, that maybe it's just slow, or it's not as significant as you would like. It looks like it's maybe a false dawn in a way. But hang in there, because I just feel that you're still vibrating to a luck vibe. And it could be just like, if this is a process of looking at apartments or looking at cars or looking at appliances, the first one almost makes it, but then you realize, no, it's not going to work. It just wouldn't work. You're going to get that feedback right away, and you just hang with it, because the second, third, or fourth time will work out better. So I think this is saying luck comes to you, but you got to give it a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah. I think it's real cut and, you know, at first I thought, what a hot mess. But as I started to just flow with what I saw, the energy of the cards here, it just seems like it all makes sense.
Right. It's just saying there's a false start, but something else is coming right behind that, or relatively soon.
So don't lose hope or don't despair over this bad news when it comes, because I feel that you will be okay. You will end up okay. The universe, as we like to say sometimes, the universe has your back on this.
All
So
right.
good luck with that, Libra.
Good luck, Libra.
And we're on Michelle. And Michelle wanted a general, I think, right? Yep.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Thanks for sticking with us.
So a general reading for Michelle, and I'm going to use my Nefertari Tarot, the golden Egyptian tarot of mine. General reading.
Some really interesting readings tonight, I thought.
And lots of them.
Lots of them. 2021 readings, not bad. We are almost an hour, half hour in overtime. I think we could have been a little tighter with some, including
Oh,
me.
you think?
Yeah, because I backtracked a little bit myself.
All right, Michelle, your first card is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Chalices. Your second card is the Seven of Pentacles.
Upright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you have the King of Cups reversed. So, a little this, a little that.
Oh my. All right, and then we have
First is the Ring and the Bear. So, a lot of your relationship seems to be going towards, or a lot of your reading is going towards relationships or towards things that have emotional basis.
an emotional attachment to them, if not a relationship. But
Go right ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so that Knight of Chalices over here says clearly you're moving towards something. You are possibly moving towards a relationship, or you're certainly moving towards something that would bring some happiness to you. If you're already in a relationship, maybe it somehow is going to a new level, or another stage of commitment. Maybe you're finding out that there's more depths or more love you have to share, that kind of thing. The second card is the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Coins. And that card to me suggests that although this may be happening, you know, that you seem to be moving towards something, some work is still needed on your part. that maybe there's some demonstrative action you need to have. Like maybe you feel like if it is a relationship that the factors of the relationship seem to be in place, but maybe it's time for you to do something. Maybe it's time for you to make an assertion or make a point, ask for a date, be a little bit more assertive in some respects. It could be that. It could be that kind of thing. If it's about just another situation like of happiness, maybe you just have to make the first move. Like if it's about getting together with some friends you haven't seen in a long time and they're really good friends, maybe you have to be the person that pulls that together. But over here we see the King of Chalices or the King of Cups.
Not in a relationship.
So you may be moving towards one, then, is what this could be saying, or something really pleasurable. Over here, the King of Cups, maybe that's talking about the idea that, you're not seeing yourself in a relationship at this point. Maybe you are thinking, it's the King of Cups reverse. Maybe you feel that you don't have a good idea about yourself in relationships sometimes because maybe you feel that, I don't know, this might be something different. It could be about how you feel just in terms of normal being compassionate towards your fellow person. It might be how you see yourself as helping others out too. Like maybe this card about movement or getting involved in something, maybe it's leans towards that, the idea that you want to feel more positive about taking a move of some sort, but maybe you haven't really found yourself there. I'm going to let Banshee take over with the tarot at this point.
Hey, Jano. Obviously, we're into overtime tonight, so we won't be able to read for you, but good to see you. Good to see you. We've been busy
We're in
tonight.
our last two readings.
It's rare we go into big overtime on a Thursday night. So
yeah, I know.
Thank you, Violet, also for your patience with us. Well, Michelle, this is interesting, okay? You're not in a relationship. There is some cup cards here, but the cups can be more than just about romantic love. It's about loving what you do, bringing joy and happiness into your life. I feel like with the Knight here, something enjoyable is coming towards you or you're moving towards it. Maybe it's something you're trying to put in place in your life or build in your life right now. You want to grow something or do something that will really make you feel inspired, joyful, happy. But you might be having a difficult time focusing yourself on it. Maybe perhaps even there's just doubts about it. Do you think you don't deserve, the good things you're trying to build for yourself? Do you feel a lack of a sense of love, a self-love for yourself in that, you don't feel empowered enough to do it? I kind of almost feel like these cards are conflicting with each other right here. The Bear is about self-empowerment and being strong, and yet this King is feeling kind of weak and a little bit down on his, on himself. And so I feel like here, this is trying to tell you, you need to commit to being strong and seeing yourself through whatever it is you want to bring into your life that will bring you more joy and happiness. You can grow it. You can do this, whether it's love you want in your life or whether it's some type of job, some type of livelihood, some type of hobby or creative pursuit. You can do this, but it's going to require work on your part and belief and trust and love in yourself in order to do it.
So that's why we have the ring here with the Bear, I think, because this does suggest that these are things you want to bring happiness or something you really would value in your life.
You too, Jano.
But maybe you just have doubts or you're not ready to trust yourself to be able to see that through, to work on that. So this is about you giving yourself that benefit of the doubt and just taking your time to see your way into that, relaxing enough to realize you got this and that you can make these changes, you can bring this satisfaction or what it is you're looking for to to build into your life. You just have to trust yourself, and maybe it's not about I'm empowering myself, but just relaxing a little bit and just sort of moving into it.
Yeah, you know what, and Mr. O took the love angle at first, and I'm not going to rule that out, that there's a possibility love could come into your life. But, you have to be open to whatever this is. There's something here that could be very growthful for you if you wish to pursue it and put your time and energy and commit to it. Commit your will to it. Commit your power. Trust and love yourself enough to know that you could do anything you put your mind and your roll up your sleeves and put the work and effort into. So that's what we have for you. That's the best I can say with those cards. Good luck with that.
All right.
Healing more. That's awesome. And truthfully, that could be the cups. Cups can be more about emotional healing,
It's true.
But it could be healing as well because it's water.
The King of Cups is seen as somebody who is a benevolent person, and maybe who could be somebody or a part of yourself that helps with your own healing. Being reversed is just suggesting that this is an area for you to consider. And that means we're on our little Violet.
Uh-oh.
No! Oh.
Oh, boy.
Time to get out the voodoo doll.
Stop that, Mr. O. So what's really going on with her in this situation? Hate drama. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hate drama as well. That was the one thing that turned me off to leading organizations and groups, which I have done, is the dramas, Let's see what we get here.
Well,
Is it my deck? It is
Yes.
my deck, yeah.
I do weather working and other things. Well, I don't know if
Well, I'll use the deck you like here,
karma
Violet.
involved.
Let's see what we get. Oh, you're very welcome, Michelle.
I hope you did like that, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, does this sound like your three?
No. I think it's 3 cards.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, what do you want me to say? What is the drama? Why is it important? I still don't think that works. Where's it
Okay.
leading? But we can tell where things are going by the 3 cards. I just don't think so. But interesting. It's close.
There's
but
always the ice cube freezing thing.
chill them out.
Chill out.
Uh-oh.
The sun reversed. Yow!
But what's this?
4 of Wands. Ooh. They're planning something.
I don't know.
The High Priestess.
Seems awfully positive here.
I know. But over here I have the letter and the bear. Huh.
Well, somebody may be power tripping. I don't think it's totally bad, but I really feel here you have to trust your gut on what you're feeling, you know. First and foremost, I think this High Priestess card is for you. And I really feel you have to trust your gut on what you're feeling and sensing about this person. Clearly, you know, there's a harmony here. There's people that are trying to work together for the common good. But there's something that's kind of darkening the picture. Something that's feeling gloomy and not right. And I can't help but wonder here if somebody is trying to be a little bit exerting a little bit more power and control, over the messaging. Which is interesting that we got the letter here. And, this is a group that's working online, working through, through YouTube or whatever. And so I find that very interesting. Very positive in a sense here, but why is this here? The sun indicates to me, Violet, that this may seem very dramatic right now, but it's possible. It's possible that this might blow over. Maybe she's ghosting you for, I don't know why she's ghosting you, but maybe it won't amount to much or it won't harm you in any way, because the sun is a kind of a card that's pretty, it's not always negative when it's reversed. And when I see it next to the Four of Wands like that, I almost think that something positive will come out of this or it won't harm you.
Well, I think the power spot is that one there, the Four of Wands, that says, relatively speaking, most things are really good for you here. And I do feel like maybe the sun reversed is saying that person's tendencies, or whatever we want to call them, will be found out.
Oh.
And maybe it comes officially in some sort of communication. And of course, that could be somebody else pointing this out. Somebody else who does maybe have a little bit more power in the overall situation. A person who might be more of an organizer there. I don't know how that's organized. But I get the feeling like it's going to blow over and that maybe this person will sort of stand revealed in a way.
I also feel here that this could be a message for you as well, is to be, be strong, be careful in your communications, be firm, but also, be ethical. This is also saying here that, show your best side, show your strength in how you communicate. Don't allow other people to dull your light. Okay? And, go with your gut and how you want to deal with this person. I mean, if they're ghosting you, fine. Ghost them back. You don't maybe necessarily need them. You could continue to keep doing what you do. And so long as you show your power, your good side, I think things will smooth over. I think things will be okay.
Right. This situation is a good situation. This is you on the one side, and you actually have control of your own, even if you don't see that exactly. And this is that other person who probably is depressing and not very happy. Be this person.
That's right. Like it. All right. Wait, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. You'll have to keep us posted on that one. Hope things blow over like the tornadoes that passed you by.
Yes.
Oh,
well, now
goodness.
I have a visualization for you.
So now Mr. O has to worry about you for tomorrow, right? You said they're coming back tomorrow? The bad weather?
You are going to owe me so much after this.
Oh my gosh.
No, I have a visualization for your friend. Remember those ruby red slippers under the house?
What are you saying?
Well, it's tornado watching, and oops, we're sorry you got smashed.
Boy, Mr. O, he takes a scorpionic approach every single time.
I'm a powerful.